Hello, hello. As most people know, Attack on Titan is over forever. There's no more episodes or manga, and all we can do is cherish the sweet moments we had together with the Titans, the war, and the sick-ass theme songs. I thought it was only fitting to make this video in front of my Attack on Titan poster and to wear my Mikasa sweater. Anyways, the finale dropped November 4th to 5th-ish, depending on where you are in the world and which streaming service you use. I use 9anime, so I watched the season finale yesterday and again this morning, and I just can't believe that it ended and how it ended. It spanned 10 years, okay? I started watching this when I was 13 years old. I'm now 23, so it's definitely a very sad goodbye for me. And how can any other anime top that? Seriously, let me know any other anime that is as epic or have such crazy character arcs and stick the landing as well as Attack on Titan did, because I can't think of any. This is going to be something of an informal review. I'm mostly going to be offering a messy recap of what happened and discussing the way I wished the series had concluded. There's going to be a ton of spoilers moving forward, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about our beloved Erin Yeager. So the series opens with a 12-year-oldish Erin who witnesses his mother getting eaten by a Titan. We come to find out that this Titan is his father's first wife who unwillingly got turned into a Titan years back. Erin's father, Grisha, is an Eldian by blood who lived in Marley and was basically a minority because of the Eldian-Marleyan beef that had been going on since the Great Titan War. As far as I understand it, Erin didn't know or understand any of this business until he saw his father's memories, and he, like everyone else living in Paradise, didn't even know they were living on an isolated island. They didn't know a thing about the outside world because their memories of everything before the island and the walls of Maria were all erased. So they didn't know the history of the race wars or about Marley, or that the entire world hated them and referred to their race as devils because of their ancestors' destructive use of Titan power. So Erin becomes a scout in his teens. He's ranked like number 5 of all the scouts. He has a close bond with Armin and Mikasa, both of whom he grew up and trained within the scout regiment. And he also has a half-brother, Zeke, who we don't find out about until the 3rd season. How does Erin become a Titan, some people may ask? He becomes a Titan because his dad injected him with the Titan serum when he was a child. He then eats his dad and inherits both the attack and the founding Titan, but he's not able to use the founding Titan powers until way down the line when him and Zeke conceive of this grand scheme to make physical contact and combine their power to gain control of all Titans and subjects of Ymir. If you guys remember, Erin can't use the Founder's power yet because it's dependent on a royal blood bond, which Zeke has and Erin doesn't because they have different mothers. Long story short, after all of this, Erin basically goes nuts. I don't know why, but I just loved him so much when he was crazy. It was so cool. Erin whispers in his dead father's ear in this weird memory limbo place called the Paths, and essentially influences the past while being able to see into the future, which is just the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. It is my favorite part of the entire series. Hajime Isayama, the creator of Attack on Titan, literally one-upped Christopher Nolan, which is a hard thing to do. What's more is that Erin, while in this weird paths place, goes and whispers in the founding Titan's ear and appeals to her loneliness and pain. What's crazy about this is that only Zeke should have been able to speak and appeal to Ymir, the founder, because they share royal blood and are distant relatives. But Erin is just such a G that he was able to beat Zeke to it. Okay, Zeke was older and had more life experience and Titan expertise, but Erin is just simply a gangster. That's all I can say. Anyways, Erin essentially becomes God. He used and betrayed Zeke and released all these Titans from the wall with the founding Titan's power and starts this thing called the Rumbling, with the goal in mind to be obliterate all life outside the walls of Paradise. Erin obviously wants his friends to survive, but he's also just gone mad, not only from this newfound power he's acquired, but I'm pretty sure it's from seeing all these different memories and knowing every future outcome that just drives him insane. Insane enough to massacre 80% of the world's population. In the end, as we all know, Erin basically lets Mikasa kill him. After some of the remaining scouts and a few of the core 9 Titans battle Erin on top of his own gigantic spine, which was just nuts, Erin gets separated from the anomaly. I don't know if you guys remember this, but that thing was basically the source of all living matter, okay? After the crew finally accept that Erin is the thing they have to kill rather than the anomaly, which keeps trying to reattach itself to Erin, Mikasa beheads Erin, and they have this weird, sweet moment where she kisses his decapitated head. So this is how I wanted it to play out. I wanted Erin to win, plain and simple. Not because he's evil and crazy and kind of sexy, but because the world he lived in was fucked and unforgiving, and why not just end it? I'm sorry. The only reason he didn't is because deep down he'll always be that sensitive, sweet boy. Erin intentionally pushed his friends away to actualize his plans of mass murder, but I think deep down he always wanted his friends to stop him. He didn't really want to succeed at the rumbling. He even let them know his plan and that if they came close enough to killing him, he'd let them do it. He definitely went easy on them, and although it's sweet and tender that this was the outcome, I really just wish Erin had gone fully insane. That would have been such an amazing ending to such an intense and elaborate series, but that's not what we got. Erin technically knew that Armin would have inherited the Colossal Titan, so in reality, if he wanted to succeed at the rumbling, he could have done a lot of things differently, such as influencing his past self to stop Armin from ever getting the Colossal Titan in the first place. That would have meant that Erin probably would have had to die, but he would have been eliminating one of his strongest rivals towards the end. So if Erin had, his entire heart in it, he really could have done anything. He had nearly a complete view of what everyone's past and future choices were, and what actions would lead to what consequences, but he had a soft heart overall, which is what got him beheaded. He could have probably just kidnapped Mikasa and held her in a safe spot until the rumbling was over, but the matter of fact is that he always wanted to be stopped, which is nice, but I really just wanted him to go full-blown crazy and succeed with his plan. Most of season 3 to 4 had extremely high stakes because everyone's life was on the line, but knowing that Erin had all this knowledge of the past and of various future outcomes makes it all a bit less epic because he willingly let himself get defeated. I really think it would have been a much better ending if Erin killed everybody except for Mikasa, and they lived happily ever after with the founder Ymir. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but that would have been my ideal ending. I still appreciate the ending we have. Trust me, I love the ending so much, and I'll never recover from it. It was a sweet and tragic end for Erin, but I sincerely wish he came out on top of this. That would have been perfect for me personally. Anyways, that's all for now. Cheers.